Anderson's behaviour, of course, particularly in the recent incidents involving a security officer on the parliamentary estate, is emblematic of a pattern of conduct that raises questions about the decorum expected of members of parliament and whether Lee Anderson comes up to the standard. This episode in November 2023, where Anderson swore twice at a security officer after being asked to show his pass, underscores not only the individual's response to authority but also broader cultural issues that puts him on a par with somebody who is abusive to staff, like Prince Andrew. It's simply not acceptable. The independent expert panel's ruling that Anderson must apologise or face greater consequences reflects an institutional attempt to uphold the standards of civility and respect within Parliament. The fact this took place, a year ago? And it's still even now, he needs to be told to apologise. Hasn't he already done that? The power imbalance between a sitting MP and security personnel was rightly highlighted in underscoring the need for public servants, elected MPs, to act in a manner that befits their position as representatives of the people that they serve, as icons of the best that we can be, especially when such behaviour could easily be construed as an abuse of status. Anderson's initial reaction, dismissing the incident as a difference of opinion between two adults, and his appeal against the Standards Commissioner's finding, citing the absence of sound in CCTV footage, pointed to a reluctance to accept responsibility, which doesn't surprise me at all. This resistance, juxtaposed with his eventual admission of wrongdoing and citing challenging personal circumstances, suggests a conflicted acknowledgement of fault while navigating public and professional pressures. He later apologised to the Commons, acknowledging the unacceptable manner of speaking to an officer and reinforcing the value of security staff. It was a necessary move, but it begs a question about sincerity and reform. Surely he's a member of the Reform Party. The statement, "Our security staff do an incredible job and should always be treated with the utmost respect," stands in stark contrast to the incident's reported language, "F off, everyone opens the door to me." This impression that there is privilege suggests an entitlement at odds with the servant leader ethos. And this incident, however, is not an isolated aberration in Anderson's career. His track record of inflammatory remarks, including the infamous assertion that food banks cannot cook properly or budget, and his support for controversial policies like the return of the death penalty, he's there with Priti Patel. You should listen to the Question Time where Priti Patel faces off against Ian Hislop, who points out that there's been 50 people who have had a serious miscarriage of justice, which the private eye has championed, and had there been a death penalty, many of those people would have been hanged. It paints a picture of a politician whose rhetoric and actions often stray into provocative and divisive territory. His expulsion from the Conservative Party following a televised diatribe on GB News about Sadiq Khan only compounds the narrative of a politician who often tests the boundaries of acceptable discourse. Yet while Anderson's apology in this case, may serve to mitigate immediate repercussions, it serves as a microcosm of a larger issue: the tolerance of combative and dismissive behaviour in politics, often excused under the guise of personal strain or political passion. Joed Raza of the FDA Union, in highlighting that bullying and harassment is not acceptable in any workplace, reaffirms a principle that must extend unequivocally to the highest echelons of government. In the broader context of Anderson's alignment with Reform UK, a party characterised by its insurgent and often polarising approach and speech, his actions and unapologetic style reinforce a persona that thrives on controversy. The question remains, is this simply the character of a modern politician, of modern political discourse, of modern standards where spectacle outweighs decorum? Or is it a troubling sign of diminished parliamentary standards, where oafs have got elected, where thugs represent ordinary voters, where louts are the best we can do?